Hey everyone, welcome back to the Atlantis theory for our first video of the new year. Before we get started on the main video, I just want to say thank you to everyone who entered the giveaway at the beginning of the year. There'll be many more as the channel grows, so any shares or subscriptions will help that become a reality faster. This video will be on the Marvel character, Avenger and King of Wakanda, Black Panther. There are a few characters who have become Black Panther in Marvel Comics, so to clarify, this video will be talking about the Black Panther character T'Challa, who's the most popular and the Black Panther character for the longest amount of time. The character Black Panther was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and first appeared in Fantastic Four issue 52, published in 1966. Many characters have taken on the mantle of Black Panther, as I mentioned briefly right at the start, but the origin of the character itself is tied into Wakanda's own origin. It's quite a famous story, but I'll expound in case people don't know or just want to hear my voice for a long amount of time. Long ago, a huge meteorite made of the rare mineral known as vibranium crash-landed into Wakanda. The first king of Wakanda harnessed the mineral and used it to advance his nation. And in the present, thousands of years later, Wakanda's level of technological and economic achievements, continued to excel far beyond those of the modern world, with only a few humans able to even understand the advancements and the way it works. The most famous and present-day Black Panther, T'Challa, became King of Wakanda after defeating his uncle in a once-a-year ritual of combat that allows anyone of Wakandan royalty to become a king or queen by defeating the current ruler in hand-to-hand combat. Once he became king, he took a Wakandan herb that enhanced his speed, stamina, strength, and agility, as all the rulers who came before him also did. And we'll expand more on the herb later, because that comes into the powers, skills, and ability part of the video, which is always right at the end. Black Panther is one of the most iconic and most influential characters in comic book history. This video is probably going to be quite a long one. Because of how famous the character is, there's a lot to talk about, and I've tried to condense it quite a lot. And I think I've done well, but it's still going to be quite a long video. So just kind of bear with me. Hopefully you'll watch it all the way through to the end. Although he wasn't the first comic book character, he is the first black superhero, and he has a really impressive comic book career. Black Panther's, so he's the King of Wakanda, but he's also been in several incarnations of the Avengers, like the Secret Avengers, the New Avengers, etc. And he's also been in the teams the Fantastic Four, the Defenders, Agents of Wakanda, and he is a founder of the Marvel team, the Illuminati. They're a clandestine shadow organization that kind of oversee the Marvel universe and protect it from the shadows. Through his time among all these teams, he's met almost every character, or certainly every hero, on and beyond Marvel's Earth. He's formed many great relationships and friendships in his life. The relationships of Captain America and Black Panther are actually one of my favourites. So among his most trusted friends and allies is Captain America. The two share a connection from even before T'Challa was born, when T'Challa's grandfather gifted Captain America the vibranium shield. That's where the Captain America shield came from, and he's had it all through his life. But the two's relationship goes further than just blind trust for each other, because each consider the other like a brother. Their bond is so strong over their desire to help people. They've not seen eye to eye occasionally, but very, very occasionally. Like 9 times out of 10, they're on the same page. They both want to help people. They'll both do whatever they can to help each other and the greater good. Luke Cage is another character whose friendship is strong with T'Challa. Luke Cage always admired Black Panther. When he was in prison, he actually cut out snippets of Black Panther in magazines and newspapers he saw, and used Black Panther's image to kind of model himself for how he wanted to be when he came out of prison. And Luke Cage and T'Challa's relationship became even stronger when they started working together. So they they became great friends, and they worked professionally together. And through Black Panther, Luke Cage met a lot of his now close friends and allies. T'Challa's had a few kind of on and off relationships, flirtatious and otherwise, but the true love of T'Challa's life is the X-Men character and hero Storm. I love this for a number of reasons, because I love Black Panther, definitely one of my favourite characters, and Storm is one of my favourite X-Men. So when they came together and formed this relationship that then went into a marriage, I was like over the moon about it. Their relationship was quite rocky though, to be fair. Both characters are really high profile. They're both really powerful, they're both really influential, they're both really important. So a lot of the decisions that each of them made impacted them both, and not always for the better. But they did have quite a time of it. They travelled into space and they met the Inhumans. They fought the Heralds of Galactus. They met Namor in Atlantis, and they also went to Latveria to fight Doctor Doom. Or they didn't go to fight him, but they did end up fighting and defeating him. Their marriage was eventually annulled, and this was a sad day. I personally didn't want it to happen, but over time I've kind of learned that it served the purpose to add further levels to both characters and to the kind of teams and nations they represent. So Storm is very big with the X-Men, Black Panther is very big with the Avengers. In the event Avengers versus X-Men, this relationship, because they still care about each other, caused a whole kind of sub-story, and a really interesting one at that. And it wasn't because they didn't love each other, it's just because these decisions they kept making impacted both of their lives, and it wasn't working really for them both to be seen married and together. But they've always returned to help each other, even though Storm is considered an outsider still in Wakanda. Like, since they've separated, she still always returns whenever T'Challa needs help or she is able to do so. So that's really cool. Additionally, T'Challa is also incredibly close with his sister Shuri, and she's actually a character who has donned the Black Panther mantle before. It was in an event where T'Challa became the King of the Dead and Shuri became Black Panther and leader of Wakanda. That's kind of to be expanded upon in another video, because I kind of want to start doing videos in the future of storylines, and that'll be something that I'll expand upon in more detail when I cover that storyline. Black Panther is not only one of the most famous comic book heroes, he's also one of the most impressive. The title Black Panther is a rank of office, meaning the chieftain of the Wakandan Panther clan. As chieftain, the Panther is entitled to consume a special heart-shaped herb, which I talked about at the start. And this herb gives a whole range of abilities, a hefty array of powers, the kind of enhancements, but it also gives a mystical connection to the Panther god. So Black Panther, with this herb, has superhuman strength, stamina, agility, dexterity, speed, durability, healing, reflexes, and senses. That is just a crazy amount of enhancements. And then on top of this, he has the ability to draw from the memories or knowledge of the previous Black Panthers. That's through the connection to the Panther god. So that's impressive as it is. What's even more so is that T'Challa is basically a living, walking weapon. T'Challa has genius level intellect. In fact, he's among the 10, maybe even the top 5 most intelligent heroes in Marvel. With this intellect also comes the fact that he's a master tactician, physicist, and engineer. He's shown time and time again that he can maneuver individuals such as Doctor Doom, Mr. Fantastic, and Tony Stark. That's not to say he's more intelligent than Mr. Fantastic or Doctor Doom or Tony Stark, but he's shown able to outmaneuver them strategically and with certain levels of engineering, certain advancements, etc. And he's particularly adept in shadow physics, which is a kind of engineering that combines alchemy and science. He's kind of one of the leads in that field. Like, it's almost Wakanda pretty much just dominates that entire field. T'Challa is also among the top combatants in the Marvel universe. So, as with the most intelligent, let's just expand a little bit. As for the most intelligent characters, the top combatants in Marvel Comics is argued a lot among fans. The kind of top 10, top 5 remain the same, but the order of which they appear on the list kind of changes, and this is because throughout Marvel Comics, each hero on those potential lists demonstrates new feats that then are kind of stacked against the other, and they often clash against each other. Even heroes, they'll fight against each other, whether it's for training or sparring, or the heroes go down like darker paths and etc. The storylines clash. But T'Challa is definitely placed among the top 5 in both lists. In the fighting thing, he's basically mastered practically all forms of unarmed and armed combat, and he's been shown able to fight off the likes of Wolverine, even when Wolverine had his adamantium claws out, Captain America, Iron Fist, Daredevil. I personally think that Iron Fist is the top Marvel combatant, maybe tied with Shang-Chi in terms of just hand-to-hand skill, but T'Challa he's beaten Iron Fist from time to time, but Iron Fist has also been Black Panther. Anyway, T'Challa is also a master marksman, although he rarely uses guns. He's a master strategist, pilot, acrobat, inventor, and hunter as well, so you can see why he's so dangerous, and he's such an asset to all these teams. He's one of the most brilliant political minds as well. He's a diplomat and ambassador for Wakanda on top of all his other roles. Busy guy. What gives T'Challa even more prowess in battle is the vibranium in his suit and the technology he uses. The Black Panther suit itself is virtually indestructible, and it brings a whole range of enhancements with it. The 2018 Marvel Studios film Black Panther does a really good job of showcasing what sort of enhancement it has. And the suit has multiple variations, so kind of like Iron Man has multiple suits for different occasions. Black Panther sort of does, but it's not quite the same. Black Panther takes his base suit and then just kind of adds more to it, or there's a thrice enhanced suit, which is basically the Black Panther suit with additional armor and then magically enhanced as well for different situations. But he normally just sticks to the main suit, the one that you see in the Black Panther film. So all of this combined is a showcase of why Black Panther is considered one of the most dangerous people in the Marvel universe, not just on Earth. He's considered that among the galaxy, among the universe probably. Black Panther is tangled with some of Marvel's strongest, including Doctor Doom, Namor, Storm, even Silver Surfer, and Thanos. He's taken on Thanos before. That was a cool moment. In the 2015 event titled Secret Wars, not to be confused with the 1994 event of the same name, Black Panther also wore and used the Infinity Gauntlet, which is a feat of rarity for humans in Marvel Comics. In fact, there aren't actually that many characters that have properly used the Infinity Gauntlet. There's like 10, maybe a bit more, but that's not many considering how many characters there are in the universe. That wraps up our Break It Down video of Black Panther. Before I end the video though, I'd like to give a shout out to a podcast called The Mighty Marvel Mix. I started listening last year and it's terrific fun, really informative and entertaining. The great guys on there. So I'll put the link to their podcast in the description. Please go over, give a listen, leave a like, subscribe. My next video will be on Marvel's Illuminati. It's a team that I've mentioned in this video. Black Panther helped set up, and I'm really excited to talk about them. They're not in comics very much, but they're one of my favorite teams. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave us a like or a subscribe so you can see more content like this and help us grow. Have a great day, and I will catch you all next time.